Right, what's going on, guys? So today I'm going to be bringing you guys another tactic video. I just quickly want to talk about why I've been absent because obviously I haven't uploaded for about a week and a half. I honestly do apologise. I had some pretty rubbish circumstances happen to me this week, or the last 2 weeks really. Unfortunately, my nan passed away, and then as well I've had COVID the last couple of weeks. So that's why there's been no videos. Obviously, if you've been on my Twitter, you'd have been kept up to date and understand why. But obviously, I know a lot of my subscribers aren't from there, so I just wanted to get you guys a quick explanation. Also, I just wanted to say thank you so much for all the support recently. Even though I haven't been uploading as much as I was, we've gained a crazy amount of subscribers recently. I think it's something close to 150, 200 in the last month, which for me is mental. So I really appreciate all the support. We keep trying to get closer and closer to that 1K goal, so you guys keep smashing it and I'll keep giving you guys content. So before we get into the video, obviously if you haven't subbed already, I'd really appreciate it. If you enjoy the video, drop it a like. If you don't, drop it a dislike. That's completely fair. And if you can, drop a comment. Let me know what I can improve on, what you enjoyed about the video, and any future video ideas you want me to put out for you guys, or anything that you're struggling with on the game. And turn the notification bell on if you can, so then you guys will be updated when my videos come out. So today we're going to be doing a 4-4-2-2. Like, it's the second variation tactic video. So this is the one with two DMs. I think a lot more people actually are starting to sway towards this formation. I know a good friend of mine, Matt HD Gamer, shout out to him. He is actually using this formation. So I know it, like, we play quite a bit of co-op, and that's the formation we usually play with. So this is kind of how I've got the experience with the formation, and I will show you guys what I think for each setting. So we're going to go from ultra defensive all the way to ultra attacking. I'm going to explain all of it. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. So let's get into the ultra defensive. So we're on drop back. Obviously this was the ultra defensive. So this is where we're trying to hold a lead as much as we can. We don't want anyone getting near our goal. So this is going to be all out defense, this one. So if you're not interested in this, that's fine. You can watch it if you want. It helps my watch time. But if not, obviously you're more than welcome to skip it. But so yeah, so drop back. It's literally just get everyone back. That's what we want. Full width is it's probably my standard. Usually I go 5, but full width is my standard on a defensive situation like this. I just want the fullbacks tucked in a bit more because my left mid and right mid will be coming back anyway, and they can cover the wide area, so I'm not too stressed about it. So that's why I have it on full width instead of the usual 5. And again, the depth is on 2 instead of 1. I hate 1 depth. It doesn't work. They go way too far back, and people just have loads of space in front of your box to attack you. It doesn't work. I feel like 2 depth, it does make a big difference, so that's why I've got 2 depth on. So yeah, that's why I'm using it. Offensive style is long ball. Now long ball is a really overpowered tactic actually on a counter-attacking style of play. I'll quickly read out what it does. The team will make runs for long balls into space behind the opposing back line or up to a target man. Strikers who are fast with a good attacking position attribute are the best at this tactic. So it actually kind of works for a pay-to-win team, unfortunately. But like for instance, Cristiano Ronaldo, I've packed him on Tradable. He's so good for this. Usually the Mbappes and Neymars, you know the usual suspects. So long ball is a really good way to kind of dig deep in your own defensive half and then counter attack. So that is why we're using long ball. Now the width is 5. Like I said, that is my usual width, and obviously this is why I've gone 5 for this one instead of 4, because I do want those left mid and right mids to still stay a bit wider but still come back and defend the goal. So that's why we've got 5 width. Players in the box is 2. I just don't want anyone going forward. And then corners and free kicks are 1, and obviously that's pretty self-explanatory based on everything else I've said. So obviously just ignore that there's not players there. It's not a big deal. The tactics are the same. It's just I've sold players. So the 2 strikers I'm getting behind. Obviously through balls are really overpowered this year, and with the long ball tactic I still want them making runs in behind, so that's why I've got them getting behind, but also I've got them both on comeback on defence. Obviously I want them defending the goal. That is the main aim with this formation. So obviously now both of the wingers are the same tactic, so both of them are on comeback on defence. Obviously, like I said, I want those to help defend the wide areas while the fullbacks tuck in and make a bit more of a stronger defensive unit. So that's why they're on comeback on defence. Then cut inside because I want them to try and build up play if I have to with the centre mids and the strikers. I don't want them too far wide. So that's why I have both of them on cut inside. And then both of the wingers that I have on getting behind. Obviously, as we all know, through balls are really overpowered this year. So I want my wide players making runs in between the gap between the fullbacks and the centre back. So that is why they are both on getting behind. And then the support and crosses, that is getting the box for cross, because as we all know, RBX crosses are ridiculous this year. I mean, they are absolutely mental. And you have to kind of use everything you can to try and win these games. You know, if you're wanting these top tier FUT Champs rewards, this is the kind of stuff you have to do, unfortunately. Now, the DMs, whenever it will let me get there. So I have both of them on stable while attacking. That is pretty obvious why. Obviously, we're just trying to defend. And then, because my wingers are going to cover the way up wide, I want them both on cover centre. I don't want them going out wide. And then, obviously, both of the fullbacks are on stable while attacking. Pretty self-explanatory, to be honest. So, let's go on to the defensive one. Now, I like pressure and heavy touch. It's a really good defensive style for me. I like it. Obviously, some people don't. But obviously, I'll read the description of what it says. It says your team preserves their shape until the opportunity to pressure appears. Pressure when the opportunity takes a heavy touch. It hits a loose ball, I think that's meant to say, or controlling a difficult pass facing their own goal. Now, the 4-4-2-2, I actually think structure of the formation is a really important part of it. And if you're just trying to play a standard game, it's actually what I try and focus on the most. So I like the fact that this tactic preserves team shape and the structure of the team, but also you can still press the ball when the game feels the opportunity is there. Now, the width is 5. Obviously, that is my standard width. It's what I find most comfortable when I'm starting a game. So 5 width is what we're currently going with, and then the 4 depth, because as you probably all know, if you've watched any of my videos before, this is just what I like to start off with. It's where I find a good base at. So that is why 5 width 4 depth is always my standard. Now, offensive style is balanced. I feel like I said, I'm trying to preserve structure and just how the team shape is. So that's why we're on balance for just the standard one, just the slightly more defensive version. The width is on 4, as I explained in the last one, because I want them a bit tighter to the midfielder and the striker. Players in the box is on 5, because I want one of my centre mids pushing into the box, and I'll explain that when we get into the instructions. But yeah, I want one of my 2 centre mids pushing into the box. And then corners is 2. Because I've got CR7, I want him winning headers, and then free kicks is 1. So, the tactics, it's very similar to the last one, but it is just getting behind instead of getting behind and come back on defence. That is the same for both. Obviously, like I said, I want them making those runs at the centre-backs because through balls are so overpowered, so that's why we've got them both on getting behind. Then I have both my wingers on. Very similar ones again to the last one, but the only thing I've taken out is come back on defence. Obviously, I want them on cut inside for the same reason, to tuck in and to help attack with the strikers and the centre mids. I've got them both on getting behind because I wanted to make those runs in between the fullback and the centre back, and then I've got them both on getting to the box for cross because of RBX crosses, as we know, and as I've explained, ridiculously overpowered. Something you need to try and add to your game if you haven't already. Now, this part of the instructions is going to be the only bit where it's different. To probably the last one, well, like majorly different anyway. So this spot here would usually be where you have your more defensive midfielder, so maybe like a Vieira or a Fabinho. I don't know who you're using on this game. So you have them on stay while attacking cover centre, and then I like to have a bit more of a ball playing attacking midfielder as well. So that's why I've got Bergkamp in this team. And the only thing different with him is I just take off the stay while attacking. I just have him on balanced. And then both of the fullbacks are on balance, but they should be on stay while attacking. So yeah, that's what I'd usually have them on, stay while attacking, pretty much always for the fullbacks. So now we're on to attacking. Defensive style is press after possession loss. Now this one is a bit more of an attacking formation if you're a goal down and maybe you're wanting to try and pressure the ball, or even if you're just playing somebody trying to play a bit more possession style and you want to win the ball back. This is what I'll be switching to. So yeah, press after possession loss is great. I'll read out the description. After your team loses possession of the ball, your teammates will press the ball for approximately 7 seconds. This will affect your player fatigue, and your players could be out of position if you don't win it back during this time. So obviously that's why I'm using press after possession loss. FIFA is a pros and cons game. I think to this tactic there are more pros than cons. I win the ball back so often with people making a lazy pass or just doing something a bit silly, and I just win the ball back because the press happens. Obviously, it leaves you open to counter attacks. You have to be confident in one-on-one defending, which I am, which is why I do it. But I understand that not everyone will be, so it's just a decision that you have to make. So the width is 5 and the depth is 4. I'm not going to go over it again. Obviously, I've explained it already why I do that in the other ones, so there's no need to go over it again. Offensive style is on fast build-up. That is purely because I'm just trying to attack more. Like I said, it's a bit more of an aggressive one, so I'm kind of chucking a bit more structure and a bit more shape out of the window because we're just trying to get forward. So the fast build-up tactic is, this tactic pushes players forward for a faster build-up, but if you lose possession of the ball, you could find yourself open to a counter-attack. So that's obviously why I use fast build-up. Like I said, the game is, as I was just explaining, this game is pros and cons. I'm just trying to attack a lot more, so that is why I am on fast build-up. Now the width is on 4 width. As I've explained in the other tactics, I just want them narrower to try and help build up a play. Players in the box, I've got it on 6 instead of 5 this time. I just want that centre mid pushing in a bit further into the box. So that is why that is on. And then corners is 2. Like I said, CR7 on corners, ridiculously overpowered, so that's why that's on 2 instead of 1. And then free kicks is just 1 because usually I'm just shooting, so there's no need to have everyone else there, and I'd rather protect myself on the counter. Now, instructions. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, they are going to be exactly the same as the last ones. So they are. So I'm not going to go over these tactics because the actual instructions are exactly the same as the last one. Because these are so slight adjustments. So one of them's a bit more defensive and one's a bit more attacking. So that's why I only adjust the tactics. I don't adjust the instructions because they're quite balanced instructions. They're pretty meta instructions. So that's why I don't adjust them. So we're going to switch over now to the ultra attacking because that's where it kind of varies a bit more. But like I said, that's the attack I'm on. It's very good. Obviously, it's up to you if you want to use it though. Now, obviously, we got the defensive styles constant pressure. This is just a balls to the wall, 2 or 3 goals down. You need a win. This is what I would choose to go with. So yeah, sorry, I apologise. So yeah, constant pressure, defensive style. The width is 5. Just because, like I've explained, that is my usual width, and I don't think it matters how attacking you're going. There's only so far wide you want your players going. I don't know why people do this sometimes, where they want to go all out attack, so they'll put the width that far. Don't know why you'd want your players that far away from your attackers. It's a very weird decision to me. So that's why the width is on 5. Obviously, the depth is on 7. This is just because I'm trying to get my players as high up the pitch as possible. But I think if you go too far, you leave yourself way too open on the counter attack. That's why I like to have them far back enough that. Oh, apologise. Sorry, 1 second. So that's why I like to have them far back enough that you see on the little grid photo there that they're still behind the strikers because I don't want them having easy runs in. So that is why the depth is on 7. Fast build up, as I explained, obviously it's a really great way to get forward on this game, so that's why I'm running fast build up. Now this is the decision a lot of people may get confused by. I use 1 width if I'm on just constant pressure because, like I said, I like to try and play 4-4-2 sometimes as if I was going to play the full 1-2-1-2 narrow, because I do think that if you're purely trying to be aggressive and score goals, that is the best formation on the game to do so. So the reason why I'm on 1 width, is so the wide players tuck in as narrow as possible, and then it helps build up quick passing plays, and it works really well with fast build up. So it's a good little combo there if you guys are trying it out. You could use the 1 width, by the way, on any formation where you're using fast build up. It works really, really, really well. Now the players in the box is 7. Like I said, slightly dialed up from the last one. It actually ends up pushing, I think it's your other centre mid a bit further in. So that's why that happens. Or I think it pushes your wingers slightly further into the box. So that's why I've got it on 7. Corners is on 4. I'm just trying to stack the box and score goals. I don't really care about the counter anymore. And then the free kicks is still on 1 because I'm just shooting. No matter what, I'm always just shooting. So that's fine. Now, instructions. So we are on getting behind on both. As usual, we're trying to abuse those through balls, and they're both of them on stay forward. Now, usually I don't like to use stay forward because it can cause some gaps between the midfield, but because of the rest of the instruction I'm using on this, I have them both on stay forward. Now, I apologise, genius. So I've got both of the wingers on stay forward. Like I said, I'm just trying to get as far up the pitch as possible, and obviously it kind of counteracts with what I've got my 2 strikers on. Cutting side, I've already explained it, obviously. I want them to be as narrow as I can. Getting behind, I want that for the through balls, and getting behind the fullback and the centre backs, and then getting to the box across is still the same because of the RBXs. Now, this one, I have both of my DMs. Actually, I have one of my DMs unbalanced, which is the defensive one. And then the attacking one I have on get forward this time. I have them both still on cover centre. I don't want them going out wide regardless, as I want an out ball and I want a way to reset the play if me trying to be aggressive doesn't work. And then I've got both of my fullbacks on balanced, because I do want them getting up the pitch a bit actually this time. Because why not, I suppose. And at this point, you may as well try and score as many goals as you can and get everyone forward. But yeah, so listen, this has been the end of the video. Obviously, if this has helped, drop a like. Let me know in the comments. Like I said, if there's any improvements you guys can give me, let me know. Also, let me know if there's any future video ideas that you guys want. But for now, it's been me. Turn that notification bell on, sub. I really appreciate all you guys' support, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.